They can figure it out for themselves.
I just think it's a good idea to plan for the groupings in case any of the kids are uncomfortable.
Hey, I'll bowl with anybody.
And I don't want the boys to spend the whole time in the arcade.
They have an arcade? Oh.
We're gonna have bowling until 3:30, and then we'll have cake.
Oh, Mom, nobody wants cake.
Sweetie, it's your birthday. You gotta have a cake.
I hope this cake is chocolate.
Well,
And who says you're invited?
Oh, please, please, let me come to your little party. I promise I won't strangle you if you let me come to your party.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, you
come and sit down.
No, my amp's shorting out.
Wait, the tube amps? Hey, shorts are really dangerous.
That's why I'm fixing it.
Well, have you checked the tube connector or the AC cord? Come on, man.
I love planning your birthdays.
Why?
I don't know. It's sort of a mom thing. Okay. There you go.
No, I'm okay.
Wait, you're not hungry, sweetie?
I ate.
Jess?
What?
Your dad and I made an appointment for you to talk to someone.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just someone who might be able to talk to you about some stuff, figure out some stuff about eating.
Mom, I'm not anorexic.
No, no one said you were. Sweetie, this is not a punishment. Hey. Sweetie. Listen, if you had trouble with your knees or you had trouble with your eyes, we would take you to a doctor. It's the same sort of thing. If there's a way to deal with this, help a
I'm
situation.
not gonna see a shrink.
No, he's not a shrink.
What is he?
Look, there are all kinds of therapists. This one happens to work with kids, and Leo says he's really very nice.
Leo knows about this.
Leo's a doctor. He's worked with this man, sweetie. It's not going to be a big deal.
Mom, it's already a big deal.
You ever wonder whether the Earth's crust is strong enough to hold up all that weight?
Certainly out-of-town visitors will have no trouble finding it.
I think it'll have its own weather system.
Rain is not allowed. You've heard, no doubt, there are those who are less than pleased with the prospect of our little ziggurat. I particularly enjoyed Neighborhood Seek Slingshot in Fight with Corporate Goliath.
Yeah, well, you said to expect it.
I may have underestimated the level of passion.
God forbid people should be concerned about the fate of their own property, huh, Miles?
God has generally shown a reluctance to intervene in local politics.
Yes, but local activists have shown no such reluctance. I think I'm needed on one of our several other now minor projects.
I found in the past that local politics are extremely sensitive to the blandishments of public relations.
Meaning?
I think it's time that corporate America showed some compassion for those they displace. A preemptive strike. We will befuddle the opposition with our concern.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you shall.
We saw you in the paper this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
They're really building this thing?
They better.
From Halstead to the river.
That's the plan, yeah. Gotta pay the mortgage somehow. So, Jess, what time's bowling on Saturday?
2 p.m.?
Yeah? I'm a good bowler, you know.
We know, Dad.
Have you given any more thought to inviting Grace or Zoe?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's no big deal. I told you that.
Then why do you keep mentioning it?
Sweetie, only because if you want them to come, you gotta give them some warning, that's all.
Honey, your dad isn't trying to pressure you about this. He just doesn't want you to be inadvertently rude.
Yeah.
Well, only Zoe would want to come.
So, only invite Zoe.
No, you can't do that.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Daniel Rosenfeld.
Oh.
Hi. You must be Jesse. Hi. Hi.
Doctor.
If you guys don't mind, I thought maybe I might spend a few minutes with Jesse first, just to get to know each other.
Oh, fine.
Well, sure.
Absolutely.
And then maybe next time we can all sit down together.
Fine.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So, you don't like to eat. You hate eating. It disgusts you. If you see one more leafy green vegetable or piece of red meat, you'll kill yourself.
No.
You love eating. This is all a conspiracy.
No.
Well, then what are you doing here?
They made me.
So this guy is a friend of Leo's?
No, he just worked with him.
On what?
I don't know, he just said that he was really good.
Leo is
An epidemiologist.
but he knows about therapists.
Rick, if you wanted a different therapist, you could have found one.
Oh, God, you didn't want to see me when I was 13. My parents made me take piano lessons, and I had no discernible talent whatsoever. And I had to go to these recitals. You know, I think if you make it to your 14th birthday, they should just give you a medal.
I'm almost there.
Congratulations. So, what do you like?
What do I like?
Yeah, to do, to read, to play.
A lot of things.
Good.
I like sports, martial arts.
No way. My son's 6, thinks he's a black belt.
Well, I am a black belt in Taekwondo.
Very cool. What are your grades like?
A's.
Excuse me, all A's? Nobody gets all A's. There's not a little B in there somewhere?
I got a B last year in science, second quarter, but my mom went and spoke to the teacher, and it was this whole big thing, so I got an A for the rest of the year.
I guess if you got a C, you could never show your face again.
Why would I get a C?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I personally have never met anybody who's ever gotten a C.
Well, I guess I'm just lucky because I always got good grades.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Okay, so this Taekwondo. How long did it take you to make black belt?
About 4 years.
And how long does it take most kids?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
More, probably.
Like 6, 7 years, and most never do?
Guess so.
So you're a very motivated kid.
Not really.
And a modest kid. It's okay to say you're modest.
I'm modest.
And you demand a lot of yourself.
That's sort of my family.
What do you mean?
I don't know, everybody is like successful or whatever.
Successful in what way? So is it okay if the 4 of us meet next time?
Well, sure, yeah.
Well, my dad is an architect and he's doing this big project downtown that's in the news.
Whoa, your mom's like the president?
Well, how's Friday afternoon?
I was hoping for something sooner.
Oh,
Okay,
No. She's a public interest lawyer. She's always fighting big corporations and stuff.
Well, you're right. That's a very successful family.
no, that's not. I can't. I have a home meeting.
Well, how about brothers and sisters?
I have a brother.
And he's the president.
No, but he's a great athlete.
And also gets all A's.
Well, he has like this learning disability.
What?
He has trouble reading.
Your brother has a learning disability?
It's not like he's not smart.
Well, that's not very successful of your brother.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you told me everybody in your family was so successful.
So?
Well, so I'm confused. If everybody's so successful, how come your parents are divorced and your brother has a learning disability?
Well, nobody's perfect.
Ah.
What?
Except you.
I'm not perfect.
You're not?
No. I'm a slob. A million things. Not popular. Just like this dork.
How do your parents feel about that?
I don't know.
So, Jess, what'd you think?
I don't know.
Did you like him?
He was okay.
What'd you guys talk about?
This stuff.
Well, why do you think they had you come here?
They think I'm anorexic.
Well, did he talk to you about your eating?
Sort of.
And they're upset about that.
Oh, yes.
Because, you know, Jess, there are some things in life that we can't control. So when there's something that we can do something about, we owe it to ourselves to try.
I mean, I guess if your mom went to the teacher if you got a B, I can only imagine how upset they'd be if they thought you were anorexic.
Yeah.
Kind of like a C or a D.
I have to go back to the office.
see you tomorrow.
So I'm going to want to see you again, Jessie. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Not because your parents want you to. Only if you want to. Okay? So what grade do I get?
He called to say that they don't want a deposition if it doesn't include testimony from the insurance company.
Long lunch break.
Oh, yeah, I should be so lucky.
We had an interesting call from a group on the north side.
A group?
Yeah, very angry group. They're looking for an injunction against a big developer.
Like a shopping center or
No
something?
more like Disneyland.
What do you mean?
Well, it's been in all the papers. That huge Atlanta group by the river, where they're talking about tearing down a whole neighborhood.
What? And this group wants to, what, put an
And
injunction
they want us
stop
to
it?
get it for them. Not bad if you're in for a good fight.
Oh, yeah.
You want to take it on? It's right up your alley.
Look, let me just try and see how this all fits into everything else that I'm...
We should have an answer by Friday.
Okay.
Isn't that the what your husband...
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, Jesse.
Hi, Grace.
How's the freshman team?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, well, we haven't won a game yet. Let's go, Manning. I don't want to run laps because of you. You couldn't run laps if they made you.
Grace, it's my birthday on Saturday, and my parents are making me have this bowling party. I don't know, I was just wondering if you wanted to come or maybe just bowl for free a little or something.
Oh, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't really know what's happening Saturday. I could call you or something. It sounds really cool, though.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, damn it. Hello?
I've got Miles Grintel calling.
Got it, okay.
Good afternoon, Rick Samler.
Hi, Miles. Can I call you back in an hour?
Certainly, but I thought you might be interested in a piece of intelligence that's come my way. Have you heard of a law firm by the name of Harris, Riegert, Samler?
Yeah, what about it?
They appear to have taken up the righteous cause of the aggrieved neighborhood bordering Halstead.
Wow. You're kidding me.
Oh, yes, I love to kid when millions of dollars are at stake. I am correct in assuming the Samler in question is indeed your ex-wife?
Yeah, you are correct.
I just wondered if you were as amused as I at the strange and poetic workings of fate. Might you have a word with her, or would that only make things worse?
Look, Miles, I have a meeting. I gotta call you back.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
No problem.
We were worried you weren't going to make it.
No, I'm here.
Was there a problem at work?
No problem. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay, so before we get into anything about eating problems, do you mind if I just ask you guys to talk a little bit about your lives together, just the good and the bad, just so I can fill out the picture of this clearly difficult and unattractive young person here?
Well, there's so little bad to tell.
About Jessie.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, she's
a remarkable child. Excuse me, but it's true. She's a joy to be around. She's responsible. She's smart.
She's a great athlete.
Yes.
She's a great student. She's beautiful. Let's see, how else can we torture you?
Parent propaganda. Don't believe any of it. Okay, so we agree that Jessie's perfect, but maybe we can just talk a little more specifically about your lives together. You know, for instance, the basics. You're divorced. Anybody remarried?
No.
Boyfriends, girlfriends, significant whatevers?
Well, I have been seeing a woman for just over a year.
Do you live together?
No.
Are you thinking of it?
Not really. I mean, not exactly. I mean, not actively.
And how do you feel about this person who so far remains nameless?
Lily? Yeah, she's okay. She has 2 daughters.
Whoa, now that's an adjustment.
Yeah, but I guess they're okay.
Zoe,
I'm just giving her the CD.
honey, she has to go home and do her homework just as you do, miss.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, fine, if you don't mind dredging up everything you've done wrong in the last 14 years.
Oh, it would take a very long session for me. I want you to know how brave and wonderful I think it is that you're confronting this head on. I don't know, even if it was my daughter, if I would have the courage to sit there with Jake and reveal myself to a therapist.
Hey, Grace.
Hey.
How's your homework?
Terrible.
Jesse, come on!
We're done in a minute. Bye, Grace.
Bye.
Bye, Jesse.
Bye. Bye, Zoe.
Bye. Bye, Grace.
Bye. Jesse's in therapy?
Oh, Grace, honey, please, you didn't hear that.
Is she anorexic?
Grace.
Half the girls in my school are. What's the big deal?
Honey, stop it.
Okay. We won't talk about it.
But the older one does not like me.
Honey, stop saying that.
No, I get it. I have a stepbrother. I get it. How about you, Karen? You've seen anyone?
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not. I'm dating someone.
Mom, he is your boyfriend.
Well, sweetie,
Okay. And is it weird for you seeing your parents with other people?
Well, sometimes, but I'm sort of used to it.
Okay, out of my way. Hot food
Yes,
here.
I
Hot
know.
food.
Oh, God, what does it smell?
Well, you can't have any anyway, so it's okay.
Jeez, this whole stick of butter?
Oh, if you want to be the chef, feel free.
You're gonna see that on my thighs tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be the day. Let me see those things.
Hey!
What?
I just worry about it, that's all. It's an obvious conflict of interest.
Well, who cares what people think? I mean, if you feel something's wrong, then you have to fight it.
Well, of course I think it's wrong. The real world is a lot more complicated than that.
Only because lawyers make it so.
Excuse me, but this neighborhood came to us.
Wait, are you guys talking about Dad's thing?
Yes, sweetie, we are.
Are you really mad at him?
No, not him. Just at the project.
Oh, but he's on the project. Oh, no, Mom, I hate potatoes.
What, are you gonna eat salad?
Mom.
Sweetie.
Mom, salad, sure.
And what about custody?
Well, they're with me most of the week, and then they're with Rick on the weekends.
Yeah, with a lot of exceptions.
Well, yeah, we're very flexible.
So it varies.
Well, it doesn't vary that much. I believe that children need a certain structure.
Well, I know this might be a loaded question, but, I mean, do you prefer one house over another?
No, not really, no.
And have you ever sensed any resistance from Jesse in going to one of you?
No.
Well, at first, Jess, you did have some fears about staying at
Oh,
Dad's.
well, she got over that pretty quickly.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
all helped her get through that.
Yeah, I mean, the only issues now really are life issues, you know, who's going to handle carpool or soccer practice, that kind
But
of
that's
thing.
not really a problem.
No, I get it. Modern life with kids. I mean, my wife says just getting through the day is like surviving the Normandy invasion.
Yes.
You know, we all do too much. We all work too hard. But if there are issues between you, it's not helping if we don't get into them here.
Well, Karen has been very, very busy, and I have had to, fill in sort of on the spot several times.
That's happened literally twice in the last 6
Yeah, well,
months.
I'm not saying that it's a, it's
we were both
it's a big
very
thing.
busy. I mean, Rick's been working on a huge
Oh, no, but
project.
that hasn't had really any effect on in terms of the kids.
You're an architect.
Yeah, and Karen's a wonderful public interest lawyer.
I just have to say that I think we've both have had problems in this area, but this project has absolutely had an effect on the children.
How so?
How many times has Jessie called me for help on her homework when she's over at your house?
Mom.
Honey, and our son has problems at school.
He has a learning disability. She's a very good reporter.
Well, Rick and I both believe in sharing the responsibility to make sure that the work gets done, but I have to say, frankly, this year, it's been a problem for Eli when he's at Rick's house.
Well, it is his senior year. He's not getting a whole lot of studying done at your house either.
You know what, guys, we're going to have to stop, but I'm going to suggest something that I do sometimes, which is maybe the next time you could come in just alone without Jessie here.
Well, I don't understand what the...
No, don't worry. I'm not suggesting anything on an ongoing basis. I just think that there are some issues we might more easily discuss if the dynamic were simpler.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys. Jess, see you later, sweetie. Okay. Karen. Can I talk to you about that thing?
Talk to me about what thing?
No, I heard something today, and you're not. Have you been hired to fight the Atlantor project?
My firm's been hired.
And you're not involved?
Well, I haven't decided yet.
Oh, I can't believe what I'm hearing. At the very least, it's a conflict of interest.
That's for a judge to decide, not you.
No, I think it's up for me to decide.
No, Rick, my work is my business. I didn't seek this out. This isn't personal.
It's entirely personal.
No, this is a lawsuit about a neighborhood. I am the person that these people would come to. What do you want me to do? Sacrifice 18 years of legal practice just to spare your feelings?
I can't talk to you about this stuff.
What? What do you want me to say?
Our daughter has a problem. Our son has a problem.
Don't you bring the kids into
The kids
this.
are in it.
Do you honestly believe that I wouldn't put their interests first?
Karen, us dealing with the kids is putting their interests first. If you go to war against me in a courtroom, you don't think that's going to have some effect on them?
Look, I haven't decided this yet. Look, we're going to have to talk about it later.
Rick? Rick, it's 7 o'clock.
Oh, my bed is warm. My pillow's deep. Today's the day I'm gonna sleep.
I love that book. You still have to get up.
I am up.
Up. What are you avoiding anyway?
I have to go to therapy with my wife.
Your what?
My ex-wife.
You said wife.
I said ex-wife.
No, you said wife.
Oh, I'm half asleep.
You made a slip. I want you to discuss this with your therapist. Oh, you can't in front of Jesse.
We're going alone.
You're going alone with your ex-wife to a therapist?
Well, it's not how it sounds. Karen might be representing the opposition to Atlantor.
You're kidding. And you have to go with her to therapy?
Oh, now can I go back to sleep?
Okay, look. The catch-22 is you didn't agree enough to stay married, so I don't expect you to agree on everything in here. I just need to know what your disagreements are and how vehement they are. So who wants to start?
Well, we're involved in a situation right now that is not typical.
What do you mean?
Well, this project...
No, I don't think that this is what we should be coming here to talk about. There's a political situation. None of it has anything to do with Jesse.
Well, Karen, he asked to hear about our conflict.
Well, yeah, but you said yourself it wasn't typical.
Fine.
Do you think you could give me some hint of what you're both talking about?
There's a lot of opposition to a development that Rick's working on, and I've been asked to represent the opposition.
And this block was built in 1897. They were stable on the back.
What's the average value of these houses?
Before or after Atlanta made its announcement. What is that?
Relocation costs, if desired. They're looking for a new home. They looked at Chicago. They liked what they saw. They felt welcomed by business leaders, community leaders, political leaders, and they want to return the favor by offering units that will be built as part of the project.
What's this?
Electronic press kit, or who are you?
Just fact-finding.
Let's cut from it.
I can't believe this.
No, I really can't.
Why do I think I know who this is?
Miles, this is Karen Samler.
How do you do? Miles Drentel.
Nice to meet you.
I hope so. It's a pleasure to meet you. Believe it or not, I've heard nothing but the nicest things about you.
Thank you.
I hope we get a chance to meet again under more peaceful circumstances.
I hope you're right. Excuse me.
She seems somewhat formidable.
Miles, you have no idea.
Okay, so besides nuclear war, maybe you can tell me about the kind of struggles you guys get into.
Well, it's not like we argue all the time.
Well, argue isn't the same as struggle. What are your disagreements?
Well, we're not necessarily in agreement about how to handle this whole eating thing.
What do you mean?
I understand it's potentially very serious, but I tend to think it's not a help to Jessie to make a big deal out of it.
I don't believe in making a big deal out of it.
You sometimes do.
Rick, how do you know? Are you at my house?
I know what Jessie says.
Jessie thinks I make a big deal by saying good morning.
Look, Karen, why don't you just talk for a minute about Jessie and your thoughts about food and eating?
Well, I'm confused. I mean, anyone would be. Did I cause this? Will I make it worse? I guess I sort of feel like I've got to keep a sense of reality in the house, that there are certain foods that are good for you, certain ones that aren't, and it's better to eat more of the food that is.
Well, forgive me for noticing, but you do seem to be in remarkably good shape. I mean, do you work out a lot?
I run a lot. I guess I'm kind of compulsive about it.
Have you ever had an eating disorder?
No. Why would you ask that?
But you do think a lot about what you eat.
Every woman worries about what she eats. Hey, don't you want to save room for the pizza?
Mom, I hate the pizza they have here.
Well, why did you have me order it? We could have ordered something else.
Because I knew all the other kids would want it.
Well, what are you going to eat?
I don't care.
Well, listen, you cannot eat junk food all night.
Mom, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Honey, it's wonderful to have a party, but you got to also take care of yourself.
You know what, Jessie? I'm gonna make you a pizza you can't refuse. You're gonna eat this pizza. You're gonna love this pizza. It's gonna be a wonderful pizza.
Stop
I promise you.
Stop it.
Karen, this isn't about establishing blame.
Then what is it about?
Trying to find out if this girl's trying to tell us something with her symptoms that she can't any other way.
Are you saying she can't talk to us?
I'm trying to find that out. Look, guys, I need to know the unwritten rules of your family, the unspoken messages. For instance, your involvements with other people. What does Jessie take from all that?
Happy birthday.
I feel like I'm 10.
Birthday parties are designed that way. It's a plot by the parents.
I know.
You know, I'm actually starting to like birthday parties again, now that none of my friends have them. I want to have pony rides next year. You know, I have this weird feeling that growing up is overrated.
Yeah, well, at least when I'm grown up, I can decide things for myself.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know, not do stupid homework.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have a job or something equally horrifying.
True.
It's like your parents want you to be grown up in the really boring ways, like school, and in the cool ways, like being on your own, they try to keep you a kid.
It's totally my mom.
I guess all that's hard to figure out.
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's just hard for anybody to talk about that stuff. It would be hard for me.
Talk about?
You know, talk about to somebody.
It's my turn. I better go.
Well, Jessie's very sensitive. She's always been aware of interactions between people.
And that's a good thing, right?
Yes, and unless it's carried too far.
And who gets to decide?
Thank you so much for having them. See, this one had a great time.
We had a great time having them.
Thank you. Thanks, Jessie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jessie. Hi. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Yeah. So, Jess, did you have a great party? Jess?
Who else did you tell?
What?
Do you have to tell the whole world that I'm crazy?
Sweetie, what are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? How did Grace know I was seeing a shrink?
You told Lily.
Well, yeah, I told Lily. I didn't expect she'd tell Grace.
And how did Grace know?
Rick.
Oh, sweetie, hold on a minute. Wait, this may be embarrassing, but honey, there is nothing to be ashamed
Not
about.
for you, there isn't.
Not for you either, sweetie. It doesn't matter if Grace knows. She's not going to hurt you.
Sure, she probably already told the whole school.
Sweetie.
Okay, look, I think I understand what you're trying to do here, and I appreciate it. And but I would just really like to understand a few basic things. How do I know if my daughter is really sick, and how do I know how to help her?
Anorexia isn't like measles where you see spots and you know it's there.
Yes, but you're saying that the problems between us caused this?
Well, I'm saying that Jesse's reaction to problems between you may be part of it. For instance, and I know this isn't easy, but something happened when you walked in here and sat down today. And I know you tried to make it okay, and I just don't think it is okay.
What do you mean?
Well, I think Rick knows what we're talking about. What about this project?
Yeah.
I may be hired to represent the opposition, and Rick doesn't want me to.
No, it's not that simple.
You're afraid of the way it's going to look.
No, I just don't think it's a good idea for our kids, for Jesse, to have to go through this this public conflict
Then
between
drop out
us.
of the project. Why should I change what I'm doing just to spare your embarrassment?
To spare my embarrassment. Karen, are you seriously suggesting that I drop out of this project? I've spent 8 months of my hard work.
Oh, you shouldn't be doing it to begin with.
What? You know what? This is not your business.
No, it is my business if it affects our children.
Oh, all right, fine. I'll just drop out and go back to art school.
Well, you'd be a lot happier if
Yeah,
you did.
and I just won't worry about who pays for camp, or cars, or taekwondo, or birthday parties, or the mortgage on the house that you live in, Karen. How do you think you're able to do these good works? Huh? Protect the public trust, uplift the downtrodden, because I am out there making money, Karen. I am enabling you to do this thing even though we're no longer married, so don't freaking tell me what I should do with my life. I'm sorry.
You know what, guys? You may not want to hear this, and I know you have a piece of paper claiming the opposite, but from where I sit, you're still married. Who gets angry like that? Married people. People who've gone off and started new lives just don't have that kind of investment. What I see is a family that's holding on to the past because the present is so upsetting. When a girl her age doesn't eat, it's because she's trying to stop the clock in her own body, literally trying to stay a little girl. You need to help her make that leap. But if you're so busy holding on to the past, you're not helping her.
We're her parents. I mean, we've got to stay in some kind of relationship.
Yes, some kind. A new kind. One that gets past all the old disappointments and the anger. If you want to help her.
You can clean up a room. That always makes you happy. I know. Make lunches. You love to make lunches.
Oh, Leo, you can't cheer me up, so you can just stop trying.
Look, even if she does have an eating disorder, then clearly it's in its early stages, and it's a very good thing that you were so sensitive to it.
Yeah, I can't do this case.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
No, he was right. He's just going to keep me in relationship with Rick. I'm going to have to let it go and let somebody else worry about it.
Hey, no one else is as good as you at worrying about things.
Leo, please.
Look, you're talking about affecting the lives of thousands of people.
I'm talking about my daughter. And sorry, but I just don't think that you have any way of understanding that.
Oh, because I don't have kids? Because I am a kid.
He's right, you know. I'm still involved with her.
Duh.
You knew that?
Did I know that? Who do you think you're talking to? I'm the only one who can have an unhealthy attachment to an ex-spouse?
Oh, right. Doesn't that make you mad at me?
Do I have any choice?
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody knows. How bad is that really?
It's very bad.
Yeah, particularly if you're 14. You know, believe me, if you're 35, you'd probably be worried if you weren't in therapy.
Well, I'm not 35.
Now, that's an intelligent insight. You probably can't face the prospect of going back into school with all those people lined up to laugh at you. And
That's not funny.
No, it's not. Tell me what it is.
It's hard enough going to school and facing all those people.
So I'm really sorry about the other day.
Why?
Look, I heard your dad talking to my mom, okay? They didn't even know I was listening.
Doesn't matter.
No, you know what? It's just, here's the thing, okay? If I were you, I'd be embarrassed too if people knew that I was seeing somebody. But there are a lot of times that I think maybe that wouldn't be so terrible. I mean, all the things I go through in my mind, like, what I'm trying to say is, sometimes I sort of wish that I could see somebody too.
Really?
And that's all I really wanted to say the other day.
Yeah, not to mention your parents are probably walking around like you're one big eggshell.
No idea.
What do you think is their worst thought about you?
God, that I'm a complete loser.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh, hey.
How's homework?
Boring.
Oh, I know. I always figured it was better just to get through it since I could never make it fun.
Yeah.
Give any more thoughts to your thank you notes?
It's only been 2 days.
No, I know. I'm not saying you should be doing it. I just didn't want you to forget.
I'll do them.
Yes, I know you'll do them.
Then why do you keep bugging me about it?
Jess, I'm not going to treat you like there's something wrong with you. If you have a responsibility, I expect you to take care
I
of
don't
it.
want you to treat me like there's something wrong. I just wish you wouldn't make me feel so bad about stuff.
I'm not making you feel bad.
Mom, if you keep on bugging me about the stupid thank you notes, you must think I'm not gonna write them.
No, I know you write
then
them.
Then let me write them! Please just leave me alone, okay? I don't care.
Jess. Okay, I don't think that you want me to be in here right now, so I'm gonna go downstairs. Okay?
And if you're such a loser, maybe they'll just have to send you back.
They should.
Think there's a money-back guarantee?
Haha.
Okay, your parents are very disappointed in you. What does that look like?
Hey, sweetie. If you're hungry, we can grab a burger on the way.
We ate. Sweetie, would you give your dad and me a moment, please?
Sure, I'll be in the car.
Rick, I've decided to take the case. I know what Rosenfeld said about moving past the anger.
You do?
Yes, and what I need to say is that I would be taking this case if I didn't know you. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about you and me, it's about this neighborhood that I feel is being unfairly penalized.
Karen, I literally can't believe you would do
Rick,
that.
he was right. In some part of my being, I still care what you think. I care much too much. And it's gotta stop. For me and for Jessie. Because she's my daughter. She's a girl who has to develop her own sense of herself. I need to help her do that. And the best way I know how to do that is to have one myself. So I'm gonna do this thing because it's right, and I'm sorry.
She is still so beautiful to me. How strange is that? I walk into that house sometimes, and it's like, oh yeah, that's my wife.
You understand what I'm saying?
How can I not?
Thank you.
Yeah. We should go.
Okay.
I wanted out. I'm glad I'm out. I went on with my life. Just... how is it possible? I never realized I would lose her.
first together, I couldn't get over how his arms were so big. He used to hold me in this way that... And I couldn't admit how safe and protected it made me feel. That someone can give you that. And then kids and work and houses, all the terrible, wonderful details of life that leave you years later just a different person. I just know that when he held me in those arms, I'd never felt like that before. And I never have since.
I just wish I didn't cause him so much trouble.
Well, they'll just have to bear up under the burden, won't they?
Why are you so mean?
You know, I think it's important not to take these things so seriously.
But what if it is serious?
What if what is?
This, all of this, come on.
No, all of what?
Why don't I want to eat? I never want to eat. I'm disgusted by eating. I don't want it in my stomach, and I don't know why.
Then we'll both just have to take some time and figure it out.
What if it can't be figured out?
I think we have a pretty good chance.
What if there's something really wrong with me?
There are lots of things wrong with you. You're not perfect. But if you're asking me, is there something wrong with you that makes you shameful or that makes you trouble or that makes you worth less than any other 14-year-old girl, I'm sorry. There just isn't. Figuring out the world is really hard work, Jesse. I mean, give yourself till you're 15 at least. You know, kids are still pretty stupid when they're 14. Grown-ups are pretty stupid at 40. Look at your parents. You're just gonna have to learn to tolerate stupid people. Your parents, me, you, and stupid things. Like eating. Just a little. Okay?
I don't know.
Just a little. That's all we ever ask.
I got my learner's permit.
I can't do this. Jake, you have to do it.
You're saying I should go out with Spencer Lewicki? A person I have zero interest in because then Pace will notice me?
Grace, was he nice?
Mom.
Your mom and I both agreed you'd tell us where you were and who you were with.
And where were you and who were you with?